What's going on, Bottom Line viewers? It's Mitch here of the Bottom Line View, here to cover the Kansas City Chiefs versus the New England Patriots Thursday night football action, the game opener of the 2017 NFL season. I'm going to cover the best performers, the game itself, what happened in the game, in case you missed it, just a quick recap, my thoughts overall, and what I saw from both teams. And, man, there was a lot to discuss in this game. I'm going to try and keep it short, mostly because it's 1 a.m. right now. And I don't really want to talk that much about this game, considering I'm a Patriots fan. I'm the only one here to cover this game for this channel, which is kind of irritating because I want to have a discussion about the game. But I'm the only person that's able to actually discuss it. So let's go over it, all right? So let's start off with these statistics for both teams. Of course, the game was 42-27 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs pulled away late with 2 late touchdowns to really solidify their victory and come away with a strong victory in New England. Any victory in New England is a strong victory, but 42-27 is definitely very impressive. Why can't you hear me? Why does everyone say that? I don't understand, because I can hear myself on the live video, so I don't understand, guys. I don't understand why you can't hear me. It was 42-27 for the Kansas City Chiefs over the New England Patriots. 7-7 in the first quarter. The Patriots actually were in front, 17-14 at halftime. And then once the third quarter hit, the Patriots again scored another 10 points to make it, I believe, 24-21. And then the fourth quarter, the Patriots collapsed. They gave up half the amount of points they gave up the rest of the game. They gave up 21 points. 2 of those touchdowns coming at the end, but still 21 points in the fourth quarter is not very Patriot-like. It's not very Patriot-like. So, but 42-27 was the final score. 21 points in that fourth quarter and 21 in the first 3 quarters. So that's the way the Patriots played, offensively, defensively, and they had 0 points in the fourth quarter. So when they needed it the most, their offense did not show up. And I really felt like that was a big kind of story of the game, is the Patriots didn't show up. From the very beginning, I mean, they had that opening drive that was very successful. They went down the field, they scored, and that was good for them. But it really didn't seem like they were motivated. It really didn't seem like they were into the game. I mean, it seemed like the Patriots never got into this game. It almost felt like they were in preseason mode. It almost felt like they were in, okay, let's figure it out mode. Or maybe they took that experience from the Super Bowl and they said, hey, no matter what the score is, we're still going to win because we're that good. And I feel like when a team plays like that, they're almost always certainly going to lose, no matter how talented the team is. So maybe, in a way, I'm here to say to you Patriots fans, hopefully this is a positive thing for the Patriots to get their head out of their ass. But there's also, I have to be real, a ton of negative to go over. So again, I don't know what's up with the like to dislike ratio. I don't know what's wrong with the video. If it's lagging, I'm sorry. If the audio is bad, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, really. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's go over the statistics. So Alex Smith had probably the game of his life, going 28 for 35 for 368 yards and 4 touchdowns. Hopefully you can hear me. I don't understand why you would not hear me, but anyways. So Alex Smith, 28 for 35, 368 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in this game. Tom Brady, 16 for 36, 267 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Was not Tom Brady's best game. Alex Smith, maybe the best game he's ever had in his pro football career, throwing it down the field with ease, had a hit Tyreek Hill in stride, hit Kareem Hunt in stride. Tom Brady, not looking so hot. I mean, he had a couple really nice throws to Brandon Cooks down the field. He had a couple of nice throws to Gronk and all that, but he didn't have a great game. I felt like it wasn't all on Brady, though. There was a lot of timing, like just timing issues from both the defense and the offense, but specifically the offense, especially in the second half. There was just routes, like I can remember, like Cooks on the out route, just timing issues, where if Brady had Edelman in this game, which is the reason why I'm wearing his jersey right now, you saw really the loss of Edelman in this game. It impacted it. It impacted it a lot. It impacted their offense a ton. I don't understand why, the Patriots went with the game plan they did. I don't know what really was wrong with the Patriots offense, but a lot of it seemed to be timing and chemistry. Brady just didn't seem to have that same timing with guys like Brandon Cooks, guys like Burkhead, these newer receivers, and you didn't really see that go-to connection. Even the timing with Gronk seemed a little bit off in moments. Their running game, though, I would say was fairly successful. When they were trying to run the ball, they were able to run the ball. I thought Mike Gillislee had a decent game, 15 attempts for 45 yards and 3 touchdowns. A lot of that came in the red zone. James White, I also thought, for a guy that's not typically a runner, had a good game. 38 yards on 10 attempts. So their running backs weren't the issue. I thought they maybe went one or two more carries for Chris Hogan than they should have. He had one nice carry in the game. Rex Burkhead, I thought, didn't have a great game, although he had one nice run. And Dion Lewis, I felt didn't play enough in this game. For the running backs for the Kansas City Chiefs, Kareem Hunt had obviously an amazing game, having a 58-yard run down the sidelines, which basically broke this game out. And basically, that was where I said, oh, this game's over, man. Like, I looked at that run down the left sideline, and I was like, this game's over. Kareem Hunt hits that run down the left sideline. This game's over. Jacandrick West had one carry for 21 yards and a touchdown. Of course, Kareem Hunt had a touchdown in this game. And Jacandrick West, I don't even think anyone touched him. I don't think anyone touched him at all. So that was terrible. Tyreek Hill only had 2 carries for 5 yards, kind of surprising. Alex Smith took off maybe for one decent run, but besides that, didn't have much. Travis Kelce definitely was involved in the run game and the play and the kind of the read option game, definitely. And he had one successful run, but also a couple of catches that were more like running plays and I thought were successful for them as well. Going to the receivers for the Patriots, Danny Amendola actually hit 100 yards in this game, shockingly. A lot of that came in the first half, and I thought Amendola was one of the more efficient receivers for the Patriots in this game. I also thought Brandon Cooks had his moments. I think he also kind of he probably, if all the pass interference calls that were called against the Chiefs would have been yardage, he probably would have added up to about 70 more yards on this game, because he got a lot of calls against him. He was definitely, breaking down the defensive backs of the Chiefs, but he was really one of the only guys. I mean, Gronk did not have a good game, was very silent, 2 for 33. You got to credit Eric Berry and the double team and the coaching of the Chiefs for that. James White only had another quiet game, 3 for 30. Rex Burkhead, 1 for 8. Chris Hogan had a bad game, 1 for 8. I did not see a lot in Chris Hogan that made me really, he couldn't beat his coverage at all. He wasn't getting open. And they tried to put Dorsett in there when Amendola got hurt. And really, when Amendola got hurt, this offense could do absolutely nothing. So that really sucks. But I'm sure the Patriots will figure it out. I think it's just a lot of its timing, a lot of its chemistry, and hopefully they can fix that stuff. For the Chiefs, Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions, 133 yards, and a touchdown. Of course, that long 75-yarder where I don't think anybody covered him. It was a blown coverage, and Tyreek Hill took it all the way to the house. Kareem Hunt had another one where I don't know why, but the Patriots defense decided to cover him with the defensive end, and he took that one 78 yards to the house. So an offense that isn't known for big plays got big plays. And you got to credit Alex Smith for hitting those big plays and taking those big plays when usually he wouldn't do that. But also the Patriots just unwillingly, not covering these guys when they're wide open. It's rather timing issues. It's rather coaching issues, chemistry issues, or just bad matchups. I think specifically on that Kareem Hunt touchdown, that was just a bad matchup. Seemed like they blitzed, they didn't get there, and Kareem Hunt just burned the guy that was covering him on the play, which I think was Cassius Marsh. Connolly had one nice catch near the end of the game. Travis Kelce was relatively quiet, although he came up with some nice plays. He was hard to tackle. Albert Wilson had some first downs in this game. Harris, their tight end, had a touchdown, the opening one for the Chiefs. What else? Danny Amendola fumbled, but it was recovered by the Patriots. Tyreek Hill fumbled, but it was recovered as well. Kareem Hunt did fumble, but the Patriots were unable to capitalize on that. So it is what it is. But I think a big thing in this game is if the Patriots would have went up 14-0, this game I think would have turned out a lot differently than it did, because at one point the Patriots scored 7. Kareem Hunt fumbled on the first possession for the Chiefs. The Patriots had the opportunity to score a touchdown. Gronk had that amazing catch. It didn't count. And then they decided to go for it on 4th and 1. They didn't get it, and I don't know what was up with the 2 4th down calls that they did. When they did move the ball, they still scored 27 points in this game. They could have easily had 34 plus. So that was, the offense number-wise and just the way they looked, the chemistry, the approach, they looked worse than it actually appeared on the scoreboard because they moved the ball at points in the game. But I think a lot of that actually had to do with how successful the offensive line was at blocking. I thought they had a really good game blocking. But besides that, I mean, the big players didn't show up. Cooks had like 1 or 2 catches. Gronk didn't show up. Brady didn't have a good game accuracy-wise. James White wasn't clutch. These players weren't clutch for them and didn't show up. And a lot of their team didn't show up, including their offense, including their defense. And for the Chiefs, their big player showed up. Kareem Hunt had a huge game. Tyreek Hill had a huge game. Alex Smith had one of the best games he's ever had. Travis Kelce had a few catches here and there, even though he had a really stupid penalty. So a lot of their big players showed up. Marcus Peters had a good game, even though he was kind of invisible because nobody really targeted him at all. Eric Berry had a fantastic game. Justin Houston had a great game with 2 sacks. The only player I really felt on the Patriots that had a great game was Devin McCourty. Trey Flowers did have 2 sacks, but I didn't think he had a great game. I thought Devin McCourty had a phenomenal game in coverage, tackling, against the run, against the pass. Devin McCourty was the best player for the Patriots in this game, as well as I thought Ryan Allen had a decent game as well, their punter. But if I'm saying that their punter was one of their better players, that probably means they had a bad game. The defense for the Chiefs, they were bend but don't break all game. They gave up points early, but they adjusted, and when it mattered, they played great. And you got to give them credit for that. So, I mean, those are all the statistics. Those are all the guys that really showed up. I would like to give credit defensively to Terrence Mitchell, the cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs. I thought had a really, really good game. So I'll give him that. D Ford was okay. Eric Berry was great, as I said. Ron Parker had a lot of tackles in this game. Who else? I thought that, the rest of the Patriots didn't play well. I thought, Marsh looked out of place at moments. Butler did not have a good game in this game. I thought Gilmore was okay. Lawrence Guy wasn't getting any pressure. Malcolm Brown had a couple stops in the run game, but not much. So this was just a really bad performance from a team that we thought was a lot better. And I think they still are a good team, and they're still a great team and a contender, but they just had a really bad game. Positive notes for the Pats, obviously. I think you can take away from this is that hopefully they can get their head out of their ass. So if you're a Patriots fan here, calm down. The Patriots have before lost their opener, and the 3 times they have done that, they've actually won the Super Bowl. So think about this in a positive fashion. This may be the worst game they play all season. And if it is, I'll be happy about that because this was a terrible game. And you also, on the other side of things, got to give the Chiefs credit for playing such a good game, playing a well-schooled game. You have to give Andy Reid credit. You have to give Alex Smith credit. Their defense for showing up when it mattered most. Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt for making plays. And, man, is Kareem Hunt a star. So that's all I really got to say about this game because I have nothing really to bounce off of anyone else. So if I had to give a game MVP, I'm honestly going to give it to probably Alex Smith. As good as Kareem Hunt played, Alex Smith with 368 and 4 touchdowns and no mistakes. I have to give Alex Smith it for moving the chains, keeping up with Tom Brady early on, and then pulling away late when they needed to. This is a game that the Patriots need to desperately go back. They need to work harder. They need to get together. They need to find out what went wrong and figure it out. And I think that they will. I trust in Belichick. I trust in Brady. They will figure it out. But a big thing today was they didn't have Edelman on offense, and they lost sort of their identity on big downs. When they would usually convert, they didn't convert, and that was a poor thing for them. And for the Chiefs, I think you're going into next week, you're riding high. Just don't be overconfident. And I think if you continue to play this way, you're going to beat a lot of teams and you're going to have a really good year. So that's all I really got to say about this. The Kansas City Chiefs take it 42-27. I'm going to read the comments right now. Let's go to the comments. The Golden Elite says it was funny. Joshua says it was shocking. Definitely shocking. Brady looked kind of old, missed a lot of people open. I don't think he missed a lot of people that were open. I just think there weren't a lot of people that were open. Hunter said, all I got to say is it's only week 1. Yeah, that's true. Sigas says Chiefs for Seahawks Super Bowl 52. I wouldn't go that far yet, but the Chiefs certainly look like a good team. Katana says it was shocking seeing how bad the Patriots defense was. I know. I was shocked at how bad the Patriots defense was. Michael Thomas says Drew's going for 600 next week. I don't see it. If the Patriots defense plays this bad, sure, probably. But I think that this should usually, after the Patriots play such a bad game, they usually rebound with a good one. So hopefully that happens. Hunter Harling says, and unless this is just a sign that Brady is done and old, then I have complete confidence that this team will figure it out and come back. I agree with you. I don't think Brady is done because of – I saw some moments in this game where I was like, yeah, Brady's still Brady, but a lot of it I felt like was just the receivers weren't getting open and the timing was off with his new targets, and I felt like that was a huge thing. And still think about it. They still scored 27 points when they should have had 34. So – if you really think about it that way, it mostly falls on the defense not being able to stop anyone in this game. They maybe had 1 or 2 stops in this game. Bodo said Gronk looks slow. Kareem Hunt is a beast, says Michael Thomas. Jeff Boyce says Chiefs are beast. No excuses. Defense was good. Katana says it's weird seeing 0-1 with New England. It's happened before. Joshua says 0-16. So, guys, actually, the Jets are first place in the division. Katana says Hunt was amazing in his debut. Yeah, minus that fumble right at the start of the game. The guy didn't look back. I mean, he was amazing. Yeah, I hope Eric Berry's okay. I hope Dante Hightower's okay. I hope Danny Amendola's okay. I hope all those guys are okay. I said, okay, I don't know. I'm saying that the Chiefs were the better team. I don't really know what I have to say. Mamby says Pats suck. Yep, that's what they said in 2014. So all I'm saying to the people that say the Pats suck is just don't overreact to that because it's happened before. I think we need to see a few games before you really know how good a team is. And that's the same for the Chiefs. We don't know if they're really this good yet. I mean, they looked great and they were by far the better team, especially in the second half. But we don't know what team each team is going to be until, probably a month into the season. Space Cowboy says clearly the Patriots have rust. I think something that hurts teams and every team is the preseason. Nobody really plays in the preseason. There's not a lot of training camp practices to really go to. So I feel like that does hurt teams a lot. Pats ain't winning another Super Bowl. The blueprint is out for beating the Pats. That was an entertaining opener. Yeah, it was definitely an entertaining game. Kobe says Brandon Cooks was open so many times. He was definitely open a number of times. Brady missed him on one deep route, but there wasn't enough time to deliver him the ball. That could have been a touchdown that one time. I hope you have the Patriots in the playoffs. I don't think they've missed the playoffs since Matt Castle was the quarterback. If they missed the playoffs, that would be probably the biggest shocker ever in NFL history, to be honest with you. So, no, this isn't at the end of the world for the Patriots, but looking at the Chiefs, you got to be excited. If you're a Chiefs fan, you got to, be excited. I wouldn't celebrate it like it's the Super Bowl, but I think the Space Cowboy, I think that the blueprint has been out to beat the Patriots for a long time. It's just not many teams have been able to do it. And the Patriots have been better than a lot of those teams a lot of the time. So Anyways, guys, that's it for me. If you're a Kansas City fan, you got to be really happy. Just don't celebrate it like it's the Super Bowl quite yet. If you're a Patriots fan, don't worry about it so much. I mean, I pretty much went over all the flaws. The pass defense looked atrocious. The pass rush wasn't great. It had its moments. The run game, I want to mention this. They played 4 safeties. The Patriots played 4 safeties. I don't know why. I think they were trying to adapt to the to the quickness of the Chiefs, and that did not work out for them. Just they tried to adapt to the speed of the Chiefs and their lateral ability, and by putting 4 safeties out there when one of them's Jordan Richards isn't a good idea, because they were getting ran on and ran on and ran on over and over and over again, and it wasn't a good look for the Patriots. So hopefully they fix that up. But yeah, the Chiefs buckled up in the second half. They were by far the better team. They made the better adjustments. Andy Reid was the better coach today. Alex Smith was the better quarterback today. Kareem Hunt was the better running back. The Chiefs defense was the better defense, and they were the better team. And that's what happens sometimes when you don't come out and you don't play your best football. It happens to every team, including the Patriots. The Patriots aren't unbeatable. They were beat. They got their ass kicked in the second half. Not in the first half, but in the second half. And if you're a Patriots fan, again, don't worry about it so much. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Wish we could have had more people. Hopefully, again, it wasn't lagging. Hopefully, the sound was okay. I don't know why that's an issue, but I hope it's all good. So thanks, guys, for joining me here. It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View. If you enjoyed, like the video. I don't know why there's so many dislikes. And subscribe to the channel for more Thursday night, Monday night, and Sunday night football recaps. Peace.